On the morning of my 37th birthday, I spilled from a dream, somewhere between rested and rested, in which an ancient woman shook two whispery brooms back and forth, handle end to bristle end, in the oozy dark outside a row of apartments until my body was gone. Where its shape had stood, there was only more night. The process was slow, but when it was finished, my ghost flew from country to city so fast I lost track of how. Through my bedroom window, I heard shivers of wind rattle dead cans on the porch. Maybe the rain hadn't stopped slanting Thursday's sky into Saturday. I checked my phone for the weather, saw a familiar sham sun, but imagined the actual star, satisfied, glad to be able to be a white dot ensconced firmly on its shelf of cloud, ready to rip the morning apart with desperate pinks. Facebook tried to sell me a shirt every Capricorn should own. Its cotton sleeves made long promises to keep me warm, every stitch choked with uplifting words about being born in January. 5 different fonts yawning in blue and maroon. My mother sent a text in all caps instead of calling at such an early hour. After her obligatory sentence, 3 question marks curled black inside 3 black boxes, replacement for emojis that refused translation from Android to iPhone. I didn't mind. I wondered why we placed the image after the word. I wondered what balloons or cakes or confetti. That's when I saw yesterday's clothes wadded on the floor beside the bed like a dead animal. I put myself through their holes, advanced in a clash of tremors toward the kitchen for coffee. On the table were the 6 blue tulips Finn had picked for my birthday from a corner store's box of bouquets. Later that day, both knowing their scent was wasted on us non-pollinators, we'd take turns directing our inattention to the ripe reward they signaled for. I'd imagine her baited 4-year-old hand suspended in the invisible wind, like a monstrously misshapen swarm on a long walk to steal flowers from the edges of neighbors' lawns. In the absence of bees, my phone buzzed in my pocket. My sister sent a GIF equipped with lit candle, pointy hat, whiskery cat face, sassy and gray. I produced a dim smile for no one, tantamount to the kitchen's dying bowl, and tabled the phone next to my laptop. I remembered then I hadn't spoken to Vince in 2 months or more. I'd heard from his brother about a girlfriend, Greek professor or professor of Greek. To hunt down news of her, I tried to read his last poem, which sprawled so many storied arms like so many ghostly tentacles that I was too distracted. Had been because the blur of octopus I saw a few days before when I took Finn to the Science Center tried to focus behind my eyes every 10 minutes since. It kept making me think of something Vince said once at Chelsea's bar. That's remained one of the most undying declarations any of us offered back in those gone grad school days. That he'd eaten octopus before, but probably wouldn't do it again. Hard to eat something with so much heart, he said. I closed the laptop and opened the blinds to have a look before the sun cracked open in the morning, spilling its judgments and hurrying the traffic off to work. On our front lawn, the 2 crepe myrtles wore the dark like a heavy coat. The ends of their branches had spread themselves too thin. The first storm they suffered, born of alarm, the last and the invisible in-between, saw to that. But I am still here, to sweep up the mess of fallen petals. I am still here to compare bare branches to a dream of brooms. I am still here to write all this down, and I am still slow in the process of disappearing. This morning, the porch swing swayed gently, touched perhaps by a light current of silken wind, common here in late summer, but also as if it was still telling the story of the night before, trying to find the right words to finish a last sentence. I came outside and found myself there in the little square of sun splashed on the brick wall just beyond the swing, the mess of my hair the shadow of a familiar monster. It felt something like a dream, like I was there and not there, like a part of me had driven out to the coast the night before, set out in a solitary dinghy to brave rocking waves and never made it back. And another part stayed put on the porch, spent the entire night watching the swing sway. By the time I saw the swing, I'd already decided waking is like being dead, if the house and other inhabitants, save the cats cooing for food, are still tucked away. But then a little girl appeared at the door, her sleepy face pressed against the glass, her hair a mess like mine, and her mother behind her, coffee in hand, a ready weapon, eager to deliver last night's dream. She'd gone back, she said, to her grandfather's house, yet again to carve out the valuables from the ghosts that own them, and place them gently into the human hands of the living. So she walked to the garage, she said, brought back 2 rubber alligators and folded them into lassos, swung wildly in the air, which whipped. I understood the desire to perform such a gesture as this, rather than finish any sentence and wake forever from that dream. Time travel. It takes 2 hours to get to the mountains or to the sea. That's what people who lived here before or knew North Carolina kept repeating when we decided to move. That trip, New Orleans to Greensboro, was a matter of hours I won't recount. For traveling more than 4 hours, let's say 10 at the most, you can't count time but space. Hours are replaced with miles. New Orleans to here, door to door, it was around 800 miles. It was a hotel halfway, just past Atlanta. It was a 15-foot U-Haul with a hatchback in tow. It was walkie-talkies, a finger on top. It was worry for the woman and kid in front of me, barely cresting every hill in our dying Nissan. I never let them escape my sight, my square of windshield like a rented world, insured, but they always felt far away. Maybe moving anywhere would feel far away after 12 years staying put, after Mardi Gras masks, pretending to be rain and wind, after king cakes, sin, and saints splayed on every table, after the birth of a kid, a near divorce, and a kind of beginning again. I remembered then, when Sarah and I almost split, and on the trip to Greensboro, that I went back to Arkansas after a year of grad school, after only a year gone, wherever it goes. When I imagined home, it was as they say, everything seemed small, but smaller than that, like I could never go back. Because as soon as I left, the place disappeared into dream. I knew then I'd surrender sleep to remember waking. Now we're settling into Greensboro. We had to get used to the hour difference, but that didn't really take too long. We're looking forward to make time to make it to the mountains, and when we're ready to take the 4-hour trek to walk along the beach with all our ghosts in tow, pretending to be only innocent shadows. Just going to read a couple more.
That's Shakespeare illusion. No.
Is there a Shakespeare?
I thought you still
Sorry, okay. Nightlight. This is, by the way, this is all work from a new collab that Vince and I are working on together. It's called Getting Away with Everything.
Which is Shipman's title. And I stole it.
Nightlight. The little moon mentioned above is glowing in our new bathroom, plugged into the wall socket below 2 holes patched with putty, where apparently a towel rack once hung, which would make 3 towel racks in one bathroom. The single mother and daughter who lived here before us were just fine with 2 towel racks. Which reminds me, I really want to talk about a magic trail of rainbow water, a pretend image I heard my daughter mention to her mother when I came out here to write whatever this is down. But rather than write about rainbows, water, or trails, I sit in a rickety seat, passed down from parents, and listen to night pronounce its droning arrival in a long drawl that disappears the light. Rather than fuss with talk at all, I blow smoke through purple petals drooping on the oxalis our new neighbors gifted. I heed the cigarette ash clumped on the webs North Carolina spider mites weave. Mites hungry enough, it seems, to gray every leaf in Greensboro. Or at the very least, the bush below the stone ledge that divides our front porch from the world. A bush I cannot name and dare not try. We only just moved here, after all. And I'm still trying to pretend I know the difference between the end of light as night drones in and matching trails of rainbow water. So it's a lot of fun. Thanks again to everyone for coming and to the readers. Said the night. After I've had a certain kind of day I hadn't had before the move from New Orleans to North Carolina, I pour a cheap beer in a fancy glass, wait at the antique table falling apart in the kitchen, while Sarah finishes Finn's bedtime routine. My ritual of reading having ended as it does with a kiss, I sit and try to recall the name of the tropical bird painted in fiery streaks across my fancy glass, but never can. In the oppressive electric light of a nighttime kitchen, I often remember instead this specific sachet of memory, not recollected as if from a past life regression, more alive and well than that, more breathing now than that. Like the day itself had managed to drill into my skull to make room, to glorify its not-so-gruesome operation. And this memory sprung dancing from the burr hole, just like this. There is a strange woman in the kitchen. She creeps like wild wallpaper, or a flicker of sun against its flowers, when a window of trees invites it in. Floorboards creak beneath her boots, just as a stage for her sort of performance should. In a moment, I will flick a flake of crusted skin from her forehead. But for now, she is happy to stop, changing clothes every 3 minutes to walk a goofy walk. And she won't stop, she can't, until I believe in its beauty. It's easy to believe, to get distracted from couch and book if you are an audience of one. I give her the typical green light giggle we both need to hip pivot past our own darkening eruptions. Then she's off to find the perfect sweater and skirt combo. In a moment she'll be gone to meet her friend, to booze through late afternoon, to sit at the window, maybe at Molly's Irish pub. It becomes something, the sun shimmies by. But for now she's happy to be a strange woman, creeping across the kitchen's creaky boards, as beautiful, as wild, as strange, as light, as flower, as paper, as I am grateful. And look now, here she comes.
Yeah.